this is embarrassing, man. I can't believe this guy's really doing it. This is supposed to be the best promoter in the world, and the guy's got clipboards up on the stage, smiling like an idiot because he's too scared to talk at a press conference. That is, wow.
You guys right now, that probably was the best press conference, the best thing to happen to Conor Benn that could have happened going into this fight this Saturday, okay? I want to point out something, my friends, that just absolutely stood out to me, which was absolutely funny. Eddie Hearn not speaking. When you hear Conor Benn talk about how he went into the last fight with mental problems, that wasn't him. He didn't go in there with technique. That the anger and the rage got the better of him. You hear his coaches talk about it. You hear his father talk about it. And one of the things that I was saying at all these other press conferences and leading up to the first fight was Eddie Hearn was one of the biggest issues that Conor Benn had by his side. Yes, Eddie Hearn being on that stage and having these arguments with Chris EUBANK Jr., because Chris is just able to get under the skin of Eddie, right, was causing Conor Benn to have to back Eddie up and have to argue with them. And then that caused a whole bunch of issues. You guys, I was calling it, saying that Eddie Hearn is another issue, and Conor Benn doesn't even see it, but that is one of the main issues that's on his own team. You need to get rid of this guy. Shut him up. Because Chris EUBANK Jr. is feeding off of talking crap on Eddie Hearn and off of you. And he's looking at you guys overreact over everything. So, seeing Eddie Hearn not say a single word and pull out those cardboard freaking pads, hey, it's perfect, dude. It was funny. And in my opinion, there wasn't as much arguing as there usually is. Eddie Hearn didn't clap back at him. You know, there was times when Chris EUBANK Jr. was talking crap at him, and Eddie Hearn didn't even have the letters to be able to spell anything out or argue back. When normally, if Eddie Hearn was speaking out of his mouth, he would have been going off. And then Conor Benn would have been jumping in. And then all of a sudden, they're all heated all over again. I believe that Conor Benn might have told Eddie Hearn to calm down a little bit, bro. All right? You know, the last fight was a little overdoing it for me. I couldn't handle it. Let's going into this fight, we need to stay 100% composed. Now, you had Conor Benn's coach talking about how in the last fight, he doesn't believe that there was any technique involved in that. That in this fight, it's going to be completely different.
I don't know about how much skill set was in that fight, but it was certainly, as they say, a fight of the year contender, and I believe that Conor's had to make adjustments.
I do not expect Conor Benn to come into this fight and throw down the way he did in the first fight, unless everything that we've been seeing from Conor Benn this last couple months is fake. Him sitting there, him trying to act like not as pissed off, him dancing all the time, smiling all the time now. It could just be cap. We will see when the fight comes, my friends. But, in my opinion, I thought this fuels Conor Benn and it helps Eddie Hearn more than it helps Chris EUBANK Jr., man. The Nigel Benn and Chris EUBANK Sr. talking back and forth was absolutely amazing. Chris EUBANK Sr. is probably one of the most slowest talkers that I have ever seen in my life, bro. I mean, he overdoes it, but he speaks in elegancy. It's actually exciting to see. When they both guys stood up and they faced off, Chris EUBANK Jr. and Conor Benn, they're looking at each other, and then here come the fathers, and then the fathers start getting closer to each other. To me, it was stealing the show.
Oh, the face-off between Nigel and Senior. I feel like a kid again, I really do.
But I thought, you know what, man, this was actually a really pleasant press conference to watch. It wasn't like, you know, crazy stuff was going on. People were getting slapped with eggs or anything like that. Chris EUBANK Jr. did what he did when it comes to the talking. Conor Benn, Eddie Hearn, in my opinion, excelled and did what they wanted to do, which was stay composed. Now, the fight is 2 days away, my friends. The weigh-ins are tomorrow. And I just think to myself, man, this is so interesting to see. Conor Benn talking about how this is the last fight that he's fighting at 160 pounds. Even if he wins, there more than likely is not going to be a trilogy fight. And in my opinion, a lot of people are saying, come on, bro, you could make a bag again, right? I don't think mentally Conor Benn can go through one of these again. I think he knows that he wants to go back to 147 and fight some of the best over there. While these divisions are absolutely hot right now, you got the lightweights moving up to the welterweight now. It's absolutely amazing. And I think Conor Benn wants to be part of that. And I really don't think he could deal with the mental warfare that comes with fighting Chris Eubank Jr. and also all the fans surrounding him, my friends. I thought the press conference was absolutely exciting. I think I seen something that was so different than all the other press conferences. Eddie Hearn finally be quieted. Conor Benn focused. And I think this might actually work in their favor. We'll see in 2 days, my people. I'm out.